So I feel like today's video would be really a good message to a lot of people out there right now. And it's quite simple. We always think that once we're planning something, right? We're planning, oh, I'm gonna start going to the gym in January, new year, new me, all that shit. We always think that there's a perfect time for something, right? And today's video is exactly the opposite of that. To say there is no perfect time. You can't you can't schedule a perfect time. You don't know when that is because there never is one. And whether this applies to, let's say asking someone out, or as I said, starting to go to the gym, starting to improve yourself, there's no perfect time to do that. So why not start now? Why not ask that person out tomorrow? Honestly, what have you got to lose? The difference between doing it now and doing it in a week, what's that difference? There usually is none. And additionally, the longer you wait, you're only really losing out. I say this because let's say you wait to go to the gym until January and it's November, let's say. What if your competition is going to get closer to you in those 2 months from December and January? Your competition, maybe they're going to start going in December. Boom, now they're a month ahead of you. What are you going to do? You can't reverse time, right? That's why I say the earlier you start, the better. If you make mistakes, good. You can learn from them. You can't start earlier and go back in time. And plus, it's fun to live a little. I'll give an example. Literally yesterday, I was like, man, I've had a buzz cut for so long, like maybe a year or so almost, and why not change it up? Change it up. A lot of people told me to grow it out, so why not? Let's book an appointment for tomorrow and let's get it done. And I kind of dig the new cut. I mean, let me know what y'all think in the comments, but I think it looks pretty nice, and that's just to change something up. There is no perfect time. I was honestly telling myself that, oh man, you should get it like maybe a little later. Like, right now I'm on winter break, so maybe when school starts, that way it will, like, I don't know, look fresh. Like, I don't know. There really is no like reasoning to that a lot of the time. And it's just because we're scared to make change. Another example is, let's say, hypothetical. Let's say a king, this is in old age, a king has ruled, like his dynasty has ruled an area for so long, and he has rules that every house must must have own a slave. Let's say that. It's a little extreme, but let's say it is. And it's that way for 200 years. Then a new person comes along. Now, you tell me, just because it's been that way for 200 years, that rules, does that mean we should change it or no? I mean, in this case, I would say it probably makes sense to change it. Just because it's been that way doesn't mean we should keep it that way. And the worst is, oh, people don't like the new rule. Okay, reverse it. And it's not to say do everything spontaneously, right? Obviously, it goes to saying, oh, live a little, bro. Like, live a little, Um, and you can always work towards something, like work towards a goal. Let's say, the thing you're putting off till the perfect time is going out with your friends, right? Let's say you're going to a party, and you want to plan a party for some weekend, and you're putting it off. You're like, nah, bro, I gotta go on my uh to the gym every single day. I gotta do that. You're pushing it off later. Now, it's not to say you should go clubbing every day, go partying every day. No, you shouldn't stop going to the gym. None of that. It's to say, what's the problem with taking one weekend off? And I know it's hard because it requires discipline. To say, oh, I'm gonna eat junk food for one day of the weekend, it's pretty hard. Even for me, like, I'm not claiming myself as some like guru like that can has the utmost discipline or any of that. But for everyone, changing your like routine for even just one day, it's pretty damn hard. And I know a lot of men are this way because they find something that works. Most of the time, it's a routine. Find something that works and just stick with it until until you can't anymore. I actually have a good example of myself from last year. Whenever I go to school, I on the first day of school, for the first week of school, I was like experimenting with different thing I should bring for lunch, and I settled on pasta. It was just classic penne pasta with some marinara sauce. And I would eat that with the protein bar. And another week came along. I was like, you know what? I'll just settle for this week. And before I knew it, for literally the entire school year, literally, I did not miss one day. I just ate that penne pasta every single day. Because, hey, it fit my macros, easy to track, simple enough, you know? Just because it is that way, why not keep it that way, right? That was my mindset. And obviously with that, it's kind of different because it's with dietary, and you really do have to switch it up when it comes to your diet, because I'm not really a scientist or anything like that, but I believe there's plenty of species that let's say a bird only eats a certain type of grass. Once that grass is gone, what are you gonna do, right? That species is gonna die out. So that's just one example, and I hope this message like came to you came somewhere in your mind that hey, there is no perfect time. I hope this kind of hit home for a lot of people. Maybe you're thinking about asking someone out. Maybe new year, new me, someone related with that. Just do it now. What's the difference? I hope that made a difference for y'all, and I'll see y'all later.